Good day to all of you glorious rascallion bastards. The name is FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more WutheringWaves. I hope you guys are having a good day wherever you're at, because I know that I'm probably going to ruffle some feathers with this conversation. And in today's conversation, it's pretty much, you read it from the title of the video, you suck at WutheringWaves. You suck. I'm sorry. And this is not to apply to every single person in the world, okay, who's watching this video in any regards. This is a general statement to a mass majority that I have dealt with in the private side of like Discord and conversations I've had, that a lot of people just don't get a concept of any type of gacha game or RPG for that matter. So I want to break this down, and I want to explain where the problem is and how you can resolve it and be better at games like WutheringWaves in basically less than 5 fucking minutes. So grab yourself a drink, get ready, because we're about to have some fun. So, what do I mean when I say that you suck at WutheringWaves? There is a few people that has really grinded my gears in the conversations that I've had with them, because you're trying to explain to someone, hey, this is what you should be working on, or this is what you should be looking at, and they give you this like dumb expression in a sense to where it's like, huh? It's like, what, you haven't read what the character's kit is? No. And that is where, I'm going to be honest, that is where the biggest problem is that it seems like a lot of people are just fucking lazy. You want to get better at a game like WutheringWaves. You're having issues with WutheringWaves. The best way to resolve that is legitimately sitting down and taking the time to understand your characters, your team, how it all works together. What is the kit? How does the kit work? You know, what are things you can do? Not every single build is the most optimal build. I am sorry. Tom, Dick, and Harry over here likes to go find quote unquote, you know, Mr. fucking YouTuber over here, content creator, and say, oh, he's got a tremendous amount of damage. He is doing really fucking well with this character like this. You should totally build a character like this. No, it doesn't work for me that way. That's not what that's not what I want for my team. It doesn't work in my team in this regard. Well, they said it works this way. Did you read their kit? No, you didn't read their kit. You don't realize what I'm trying to accomplish with the character. But you expect me to basically produce the answers for you in that sense. You expect this person over here who's doing WutheringWaves content as well, who's another YouTube, to give you the answer at the end of the day. You don't want to work for it. So let's take a look real quick. And this is where, like, I'm going to be honest, this is where a lot of people don't look at. They claim they do, but they don't. I have dealt with several people that have failed to go ahead and read, you know, what is the benefit of having a full 5 effect versus having a dual effect. You know, they don't come over here. They don't read, you know, hey, Molten Rift, 2-piece or a 5-piece set. The 2-piece gives you 10, 5-piece gives you 30% for 15 seconds after releasing, you know, resonated skill. That's pretty big. 30% is a pretty big fucking number. You're not reading what a 2 set right here is versus a 5 set here for the lingering tunes. You know, you're not reading it for Moonlit Clouds. The reason why some of my characters are Moonlit Clouds, because upon using an Ultra skill, the Resonator's attack that comes in is going to get an extra 22.5% attack for the next 15 seconds. You're not bothering to take the characters that you're having issues with and coming over here to the Forte and learning about the skill tree, learning what each thing means. What does the heavy attack flaming sacrifice do for you? What does inflameant do for you? You know, what does, when you go to resonant skill, what does true sight capture do for you? What happens to it? Oh, it can hold up to 2 charges maximum. The number of charges. But look, when true sight, if Chain Lee uses ground basic and releases, guess what is considered? Resonant skill damage. You know, when someone tells me, oh, well, no, when you're doing this move over here, you know, and I love it. I love it. When you're doing this right here and you get into true sight, this is not considered resonant skill. Bro, it clearly says that either one of these is considered resonant skill. That's true sight. You go into true sight, you're doing resonant skill damage. So guess what you should do? You should make your echoes, if you possible, tune to basically resonant skill damage bonus to make that shit pop. It's not complicated. This is where I see a lot of people have a problem. They don't even bother to come read the reason why you should do the next summons. There's actually one guy, and I'm sure he's going to make a comment or he's going to talk to me on Discord, that had no clear idea about realized plans. And the reason why Summon 6 Chain Lee is so fucking good is because when you use your resonant skill, your heavy attack, you know, the alt, it ignores 40% of the target's defense when dealing damage. And you already have right here at the last part for her entire Forte skill, an additional, ignores an additional 50%. So in a case scenario, guess what? You're now dealing, you're avoiding 55% defense when dealing damage. Oh, that's actually really good. No shit, Sherlock. I tell you what, you want to get better in a game, you have to understand how to read. I am sorry, this applies not just to WutheringWaves, this applies to Genshin, this applies to Dark Souls, this applies to pretty much any RPG game there is. You want to be broken in a game. Dude, magic is one of the most broken fucking things in Elden Ring if you learn it. If you learn what something does, there is weapons in there. If you learn how to, do you realize, okay, I'm going to use Elden Ring as an example in this because this is like, I think everybody should realize this. There's a katana, the moonlit, I forgot what the full fucking name on it, like it's the moonlit saber or whatever, the katana, one of the best weapons in the fucking game.
Make it fast.
Do you realize that you can do a certain build that will make that fucking thing hit like a truck? Not do like 5,000 damage, not do like 8,000 damage. That motherfucker can hit for close to fucking 20 fucking K damage with a single basic fucking attack. If you learn to read and understand how your character operates, what your build does for you to complement that weapon. To understand, I need this armor set, I need these runes or amulets, whatever it was, I need this right here, I need this potion to help also be aided into this. And then when you add all those things together and you're hitting for 20,000, there you go. And it's people that go ahead, that sit down, that learn this, that read and understand, that can do builds and everything, that showcases on YouTube, that legitimately, I'm telling you, if you gotta try to learn this, you gotta learn this from someone without actually learning it. Like, you just want someone to tell you, hey, how did you need these echoes, this type of echoes and everything. So you're not gonna learn the game. You're not gonna get any better, because what happens when that YouTuber, you know, doesn't play another character that you like? He's like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, let's just say I'm gonna skip Chang Li, I'm sticking with Jin Shi. You want to learn how to build Chang Li? Guess what? You're shit out of luck with that YouTuber. You gotta go find someone else to go figure out how to do that build. Stop looking to get the answers directly from someone and start learning it on your own. Start reading before you question someone. and tell them that their build is shit. You better be able to back up if you know the kit. You better understand why they're doing what they're doing.
Make it fast.
In order to be able to help them to improve it. In order to be able to hold your ground. You know, I'm the type of person that legitimately, we have done this on live streams. I've fought community managers and such on games and stuff like this because they lead out misinformation. I fought with people who led out misinformation, and I fought with people that said, okay, you got a point. Explain it to me. And we've had conversations, and you know what? Sometimes I'm wrong, and I will admit it. Sometimes I might be wrong in the terms of what they are trying to accomplish, and it's like, oh, okay, well, that's not what I'm trying to do, and that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to build this character as a full support. I'm trying to build this character as a hybrid. And that's the reason why I'm doing this build. So then we have this miscommunication that has completely changed us to be like, oh, okay, now we understand what each other's trying to do. I don't know, man. Straight up, I think that a lot of ways of resolving the issues that's going on with you in particular and the way you're doing stuff. And I'm saying this is for the few people out there. Just learn to read, because you know there's gonna be people out there that's gonna say, oh well, you know, you can miss Zay or whatever that's gonna be coming out soon because oh, she's not gonna be good for Chang Li. Well, you know, she's gonna be good for Chang Li for me. Do you realize this? And it's saying against the person who made that comment. I'm just using it as an example. You know, is that she's gonna be good for me in this regards. It's because legitimately her outro skill is what I want out of it. Because hey, that's another thing in here. We're eating the kits. You can even get a quick synopsis right here of what each outro skill does. The reason why is some people question me why I have Tao as a sub DPS when she's so slow and you know she shouldn't be there. I should be using someone like Mortifi or I should be using Encore. It's because if I want Chang Li to be my main DPS, I need to support my main DPS. And when we look at it, in all honesty, Chang Li's damage output comes from her resonant skill. So as a sub DPS, Iron Will for Tao until Zay comes in gives me a 38% amplification on my resonant skill damage for 14 seconds. That means my resonant skill now just got an additional 38% boost. Wow, is that actually hard to understand and hard to read? Like, I even know some people who gave up in WutheringWaves because they're like, oh, this is too hard. I don't know how to do all this. It's like, you just got to read the character's kit, man. You just got to sit there for 5 minutes, read it. If you got questions, there is a community. There's a Discord called from WutheringWaves directly, an official Discord that you can go there and ask questions and be like, hey, what does fucking enchantment mean? What does Iron Will for Tao do? If you don't understand, and someone can explain it to you. Shit, like the thing is about with my videos, and you know, I know I'm not like many other content creators in this regards, but what I try to do is I want to simplify the entire process of WutheringWaves in the builds. I want to basically be the person that says, look, the reason why we're building this Echo right here is because it does this. And it goes boom, boom, poo, poo, bam, bam, and everything dies. And I think it still could be improved on and such. I want someone who's going to be like, hey, what is, you know, enchantment mean? Oh, you see that bar above my health that has all those little dots? Yeah. Each one of those is an enchantment. There you go. Wow. I explained it in as simple as terms as I possibly could, in hopes that someone out there who may have never known about it for some apparent reason now does. And it was easy to explain to them, and you didn't have to go to a content creator to go watch a 40 fucking minute video about how that fucking bar works. I'm just saying. It does drive my nerves. It grinds them down a little bit because it's like, don't think people are stupid. I really don't. I think people are just lazy, and I'm tired of seeing lazy people. Like, sometimes you gotta take, you know, self-responsibility. You have to go ahead. If you want to be better, you have to learn. I now understand a lot of where one of my good friends, Val, has made the statement that he is tired of answering the same fucking question every fucking day when it comes to playing a game.
Make it fast.
You know, it was a meme to me for a while. I was like, yeah, but then you see this all over the place, especially with WutheringWaves too, just like Genshin and everything else. You see this to where it's like everybody just wants the answer handed to them. Nobody wants to take the self-responsibility to try to learn it, try to understand it, and then that way you can have a proper conversation and understand the reason why someone's doing what they're doing. 9 out of 10 times, the argument is legitimately, I watched this YouTube video, they did it like this, why aren't you? This is the most optimal build because so-so said so. And you know what? So-so who said this might be right for what they're trying to do. It's not right for what I'm trying to do. I got characters in my thing that's level 70 that's got 30,000 HP with over fucking 2,000 defense for one purpose and one purpose only. They're fucking tank. Their entire job is to be there to take a hit so that way their ultra skill pops for my main DPS. Like legitimately, that's what their entire job's for. Nothing else. Like, this character's not made for that. That character's supposed to be main DPS. Did you read their outro skill? Did you read their forte skills? Do you not realize what it's benefiting for me to put them onto my main DPS? No, you didn't. And you want me to explain it to you? I don't mind explaining, but don't go ahead and try to correct me 100% that I'm wrong. Well, you know, you shouldn't be using a 44111 because it's not beneficial in echoes. Bro, I'm looking at raw stats. I want the raw stats because, you know, this character, did you read its kit? The character Genshi has got insane damage multipliers. I don't need the actual benefits, you know, and truly from having a 43311. You know, a 4411 does me just as damn good as your 43311 here. And you know what? It works. And I'm still improving it because I'm still putting more crit on the bitch. So that way when I fucking hit with my resonance skill, boom, that motherfucker's a nuke. I can nuke them. But I'm gonna digress. You're gonna attack me in a sense and tell me I'm completely wrong. But you didn't even understand what the basics of what the character did. So to those people out there that I'm gonna be ruffling those feathers, all I'm going to suggest, you can get mad at me all you want. You can leave a dislike on this video all you want. You can leave a comment on here and tell me that I don't know what the fuck like, are we playing the same game? I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You can say all that stuff. I swear. You can. All I'm going to tell you is that when it comes down to it, do you, boo-boo? But take some self-responsibility for a change, huh? How about it? How about you come to me? If you're going to make an argument to me about something, you're going to try to tell me that this is wrong. How about you come at me like a true person, go take the time, go understand your stuff, go read it, and then be able to present me that argument. Because listening to someone who's just trusting the word of someone else, I'm not interested in. And you know what? That is where a good bit of the toxic part of this community comes from. It's just people who are lazy. So, this video's gone on for a little bit way too long in my personal opinion. As the great Guy Sensei would say. I'm going to go ahead and, with a dynamic entry, I'm going to exit out so that way I can become Hokage and find the Fountain of Youth. All right, well, that was a little bit stupid there. But in any case scenarios, you guys have a great one, and I will catch you on the flip side. But be warned, or be known,
one last message. If you liked the video for whatever reason, consider giving it a subscribe, because Kakashi over there is just doing absolutely nothing. And then by all means, if you wouldn't mind, like the video, dislike the video, but leave a comment down below whether you agree or you disagree. And let us together like warriors discuss this as men. Until next time, catch you on the flip side. Peace.